All right, quick video here. This morning, it's Sunday. Got up this morning and I got in over an hour and 20 minutes of cardio. And I do that, I always do a little bit of extra cardio. So in the fitness world, you'll hear a lot of people talk about hard gainers. And that's usually people that have a hard time putting on muscle or adding strength. But those are always the people that stay very lean. My son was one of those. Jaron was a hard gainer. He was always going to be a little skinny runt. And how did we combat that? Well, we had to up his calories a lot. I went old school method. We used a gallon of milk a day, which almost broke me. He drank a gallon or more of milk a day, and then he lifted really hard and heavy. And it worked out. He went from an 85-pound high school freshman to a 185-pound senior, and it was tough. Like I had to basically, force feed him. He was a hard gainer. What you don't really hear about in the fitness world very much is hard losers, and those are people like myself that have an easier time putting on muscle and strength, but have a heck of a time, getting leaner. And I've got some friends in the fitness industry that naturally stay lean all the time. That's just their body type. And then you can go to the ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, body types and see, kind of what your body type is. But for the most part, if you're a hard loser, so speaking to the hard loser, here are some tips to help you. For one, make sure you're tracking your calories. Make sure you know how much you're putting in your body. If you're trying to get leaner, then make sure you're tracking all of your calories. Make sure you're getting plenty of protein. I cannot express that enough. Anytime that we put any of our clients on more protein, it's almost automatic that they lose weight and they start to, feel a little better. Now, there's other factors that go along with that, but for the most part, the biggest part is adding the protein in. So make sure you're getting plenty of protein in. The other thing is you're going to have to be a little bit more active. You've got to stay more active. You've got to do, after your workout, throw in an extra 15 or 20 minutes of, cardio. And it ain't got to be crazy, but it's, you got to elevate your heart rate. I can't express to you how much walking is just such a great exercise. And if you're a hard gainer, that's an easy one for you. Now make sure if you're heavy set, make sure you get you some good shoes, because that will help. I've really learned that this year. It was one of my things last year was my feet hurt because, I was heavy. I started out at 270 pounds and I got all the way down to, 225, 230 for the last little bit of my show, and was doing an hour and 45 minutes cardio and, my feet. So make sure you've got some good shoes if you're going to, be walking. Do something you enjoy. So it might be hiking, it might be some kind of water sport, it might be anything. You're doing an activity. It will also go by a lot quicker. If you're a person that enjoys, let's say, water skiing or tubing or whatever, you can be out there a couple of hours and, maybe burn off a couple hundred calories and not even know it. So that's the other thing. Don't let your diet get out of hand to where it's Friday night. Let's go out and let's have some beer. Let's have some pizza. Let's do this. If you do that, reel it back in the next day and make sure you're doing some activity to try to help burn off, some of that excess. And for God's sakes, don't go Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday and, just eat. If you're a hard loser, that's going to be really hard on you to try to lean out. And again, I'm speaking to people that are trying to lean out. I'm trying to help you with your weight loss journey here. And these are just, little things that I've learned in my personal experience, because I am a hard loser. Not hard at all for me to gain strength at 51. This year I put a lot of strength back on and I put a lot of size back on, but I had to be very careful with my diet because I didn't want to be a fatty. I wanted to stay lean. And I had to, really, really monitor that. So my calories never got crazy. They never got really out of hand. I don't know if I ever got over 3,000 calories, and I was up to, 265 at one time. And the protein, again, I'll say that my protein was way up. So again, just a little bit. On the weekends, we tend to rest more, which, most of us, we got a crazy week. You do want to rest more. Try to find something to do that you're active. It might be, push mow in the yard. I know that sounds crazy because nobody has a push mower anymore. We still do. But, anything where you're trying to stay active, even if it's stuff, out in the yard with the kids or, doing something do something you enjoy, and that way make time to go faster. Make sure you're keeping active throughout the week. So just a few tips, for hard losers. Another one right off the top of my head is fruits and vegetables. Keep those around on the weekends. And if you're going to snack, don't grab a Kit Kat or a Reese's Cup, two of my favorites. But you want to snack on stuff that, like fruits and vegetables and things like that, that's going to, fill you up a little quicker. Also, make sure you're getting a lot of water. Make sure you're doing a lot of water on the weekend, where we tend not to. We sit around, we rest, we relax. We don't hydrate as much as we should. If you're not doing that during the week, you need to. That will also help with weight loss. So just a few things. If I think of other stuff, I'll throw it on here. But if you're a hard loser, those are just some of my tips to you to help you, start kind of leaning out. Hope that helps you.